You guys, I was gonna make this video around 4, and that is exactly what I did. It is currently 4:54, turning into 5, and there's a few things I want to go over real quick. Number 1, what did I do today? I had 3 deliveries to complete. If you guys do remember, I said there was an envelope for the IRS that I had to deliver. I got that done earlier today at around like 10 a.m. I think around like 12 after I came back from the bike ride and like washing up and cleaning my bathroom again. Around 12 is when I got some notifications from eBay saying that I sold 2 items. Now, I sold my Tennessee Volunteers, or Tennessee Titans, I'm tweaking. Tennessee Titans bomber jacket kind of thing for about, I think, $60. And I sold my, what's the word for it? My Anthony Edwards, the silver ones, I sold those for $60 as well. So I made about 120 today, which is great. And I'm not including like the extra change or taxes that I made from it, but about 120. I also am getting paid out soon for the first sale that I made for my Ralph Lauren duffel bag that I sold for, I think, $30. And then after fees were taken out, I was getting 26. So I think I just had that delivered, and that would be paying me out soon, which isn't really much, but I mean, that's a decent amount. That's a meal or 2 or 3. So that's always great. So delivered all those, came back around, or first of all, when I went to deliver them, I was able to speak to my neighbor that's selling me the vehicle. He was able to tell me what he was thinking on the car. And basically, the reason he said he didn't contact me and give me the title and everything and we go ahead with the process is he was saying he would feel better if we had a mechanic look at it and, you know, make sure that everything was straight so that there wasn't any kind of tension between us if he sold the car and it wasn't what he said it was, because he doesn't know much about it. So I agreed and I said, okay, I'll go ahead and pay a mechanic to come over here. Hopefully I can get in contact with one and have one come over here for a decently cheap price to like tomorrow morning at like 10 a.m. or something like that. That'd be great. And if so, he said he'd leave the key and everything for me. So we'll go ahead and check that out. If everything's straight and sound, I'll go ahead with the buying process. That way we all know what's going on. Now, if there is a transmission problem that he was saying that might be a thing, I am going to probably have to negotiate price down a little bit more. But if there's not, then I'm not going to, you know, bust his chops over it. I'm not going to really care too much. I'll just take it for the price that he asked it for. I don't really mind, and I have the money already, so that's great. After that, my next big purchase or my next concern is selling the vehicle, obviously, and secondly, putting that money or putting as much money as I can towards my day trading account so I can start day trading again. And the reason I haven't done that yet is because I'm waiting to have an amount about $2,000 or so before I start trading. Now, if I sell this vehicle, let's say I buy it and I'm able to fix it and I'm able to sell it for about $3,500, I will take $1,500 of that money, which is the original price of what I spent the money on, and then I'll put the rest of it into the stocks. So $2,000 of it will go to stocks, $1,500 will go back into buying another car and repeating the process. That way I can kind of dual wield. And obviously with any money that I make from my job or anything like that, that will go straight into thrifting. Oh, actually, let me break it down like this. So I had a percent graph that I wrote on my paperwork, and it's 50% will go to checking. That's for bills or anything like that, and this is as I get paid. So weekly, this is how my money's gonna get split up. 50% go to checking, roughly. 25% go to trading after the initial $2,000 investment. 10% goes to savings, just in case I ever need it, and 15% goes towards credit cards and paying off those fees. So that's how I'm gonna break down my money pretty much, just to make sure that everything is straight. Now, I did say checking is for like rent. Checking can also be for food and other small things like that. The rest of them are non-negotiables, and they will go to those designated spots. That's why I gave so much leeway with my checking, because I know it's gonna be used for a decent amount of stuff. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Like I said, I didn't do too much after that besides deliver those packages, and eBay has actually been selling quite well. That's great. I did also cover yesterday that I am getting more active on Depop again, and I was able to list the item that I was wanting to, and it has gotten some traction. I used the method that I like to call, or I don't even have a name for it, but it's a method where basically what you'll do is you'll go into vacation mode, you'll mark everything down 95%, and you'll get a lot more traction from the app. And I did that with the item. A lot of traction was going towards it, and Anthony Edwards, funny enough, before I sold it. But I mean, now that Anthony Edwards are sold, so everything else is getting traction. And I went ahead and removed that today. After about 24 hours, I like to take it down. You can leave it longer and it will get more engagement, but I like to keep it to where my Depop can still make sales at the end of the day. But you have to make sure you remove that discounted price, because you will be selling shit for like $1 and be owing money to the system. Do not do that. Like I said, a decent amount of that money will be spent on thrifting clothes again. I do want to get back into thrifting and reselling and all that, as well as reselling vehicles and day trading and any other little small niches that I have on the side. And like I said, I really want to balance as much money as I can and see if I can juggle about 4 of them at the same time. I was about to say juggle balls, but I was about to say pause. So I went ahead and sideswiped that. But I'm trying to stay more, what's the word for it? Not money savvy, but stay more on top of the game of my money and make sure that it's going to a specific spot, all of it, instead of just throwing it in accounts and just letting it do whatever. My main priority is paying off my credit cards next after my day trading. So once I pay off all of my day trading stuff, I want to have as much money paid off into my credit cards that I can liquidate at a moment's notice. So that includes my Navy Federal card, my Amex card. Those are really the only ones, but my Navy Federal and Amex card. But the Amex, since it's a charge card, it doesn't really matter all too much. So my Navy Federal and my Capital One would be the second. So I would need about $1,300 in order to pay that off completely, which should not be that far of a stretch, honestly. And it probably would be smarter if I went ahead and paid those off before day trading, but the thing is, I know I can make money from day trading, so why not do it? What else do I need to cover? A few other things. I listed the same item that I'm selling on my Depop onto other websites such as Mercari, I don't want to list it on eBay because I don't have it physically on hand. I didn't list it on Facebook yet because I do not know how to make it to where it's just delivery. I could mess around with that, but I'm gonna have to see in a minute. Something else I did was I was posting TikToks. Once again, I am experimenting with like new editing styles and audios and stuff like that. It's been doing okay, so I'm not too, with that. Instagram, I have been posting on there more again. YouTube, I have been posting on there again. So you guys have seen like some shorts go up there, and they've done pretty well, like I said. So that's great to see. I'm not really trying to focus on those sites all too much, but it is good to see that they are making some progress. Another thing I was doing today was I was playing Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon on my 3DS, just getting some reps in. I also listed that on my Instagram. I listed that on eBay today for auction, and I already had it listed on my Facebook, and I believe I marked down the price and customized the listing a little bit better. As well as for my specialized bite, I went ahead and listed that for a cheaper price as well, just to knock it down about $150 to see if anybody would bite on it a little bit harder. I've only had one offer, so I'm not really expecting anything to happen, but it's seeming like a lot of the products that I haven't expected to sell recently have been selling a lot more. I don't know if God is having grace upon me right now or what, but like a lot of random things that I haven't been seeing sell in like months are just now starting to sell, so that's great. My Balenciaga slides that are in there, I do need to get those sold as well, so I'm probably going to relist those right after this just to have something up out there. So that's super duper cool. I'm probably going to list them for super cheap, honestly, just to get them up out of here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow, what do I have planned? Obviously, around 10 a.m., I'm hoping that I can get a mechanic to look at the car, get everything figured out. Like I said, hopefully we find out that the car's funky and smooth and there's no problems with it. He did say that he is quite busy, so it'd be a little hard for him to sell. And also he said that he couldn't find the title right now, which could be a problem, but I'm hoping that he will be able to find it by the time that I go ahead with the sale. But like I said, hopefully we can get that purchase going anytime soon. I did call out of work today. There was UPT, or not UPT, but VTO. So I did take that for today, and I took it for tomorrow, just so I can get all my ducks in a row before I start moving around. And yeah, tomorrow's... Oh, also, I did text a friend just to see if she wanted to go like Halloween clothing shopping and stuff like that, just for the fuck of it, just because it can happen. So I'll have to see if that's a thing too, but she does have a boyfriend, and apparently her boyfriend might have a problem with it, so I told her to ask. And if he says no, or if he's one of those guys that are like, let me go with y'all, I'm gonna be like, don't even worry about it, bro, because I do not know that guy. But hopefully that falls in line at least, and I'll have something to do all day pretty much, or for a few hours at least. And what else, bro? I'm always missing something, gang. Something I wanted to get back into, this has nothing to do with anything for the most part, but something I wanted to get back into was purchasing Pokemon cards. Not that I had a lot of good luck with those. I bought a few hauls for about, I think, a combined total of like maybe $75 or $100, and I was able to sell the first batch for $100, and I think I'm going to be able to sell this next batch for about $250. If I can, then that'd be great, and if I do, I will use some of that money to buy another haul of Pokemon cards. What I would do is I would just buy like a mix. So there would be vintage cards, there'd be non-vintage, there'd be trash cards, EXs, Vs, and all these other things. I'd buy those and flip them. And basically anything I can get my hands on, man, I swear. So that's what I'm basically focusing on. This next month and this month going on is just straight grinding for money, bro. Like, outside of work, that is. So we're still at work, working and getting that money, but I don't want to work too hard, you know what I mean? I want to work, but not too hard. And that way I can make it to where I'm still paying attention to all my other side incomes, but I'm still working in my main business. So if I can balance those two like I'm doing right now, I feel like we'll be smooth. It'll be smooth sailing, no real problems, and I want to keep it that way. Yeah, I'll make a little bit less money at work, but that is until I get everything else kicking and running. So that includes day trading and whatnot. So I'm believing maybe I'm gonna have to start trading afternoon session for day trading as well, because I get off around 11 and I start trading usually on a normal day at like 9. So, or no, that's a lie, 10 a.m. So I'm not that far off, but 10 a.m. to like 11:30 a.m. is when my moves usually happen. I believe that's London session if I'm not tweaking. If I'm not tweaking, I think it's London session. So from London session open is usually whenever I hit certain things. So I am looking for that. Will I start day trading content back again? I don't know. It's really up to future me if that's something I want to do. I'm not sure. I have moved my content on Instagram at least away from day trading and more to promotional / home base kind of stuff. So like that's my home page. That's like where everybody can contact me at. And then all my other little subsection pages are kind of just working for me. Something I've been saying I want to do for the longest time is streaming, bro. Because I know if I start streaming, I can stream for about 2 to 3 hours and do the method that people say where you like stream, you get clips, you clip those up and you post them everywhere. I could do that, but that's not really what I want to do. I mean, it's the best way to grow, so I mean, it's something I might consider, but I feel like I need a PC, man, and I don't want to get a PC. I want a laptop. So the Apple laptop, that is going to be in my sights, and I think I can get one for about 900 or so bucks, maybe 1,000 flat. So I will also be considering that, and that's where I got kind of conflicted with the whole, should I buy the MacBook or should I just straight up go into my day trading portfolio? And I came to the conclusion that I can trade on my iPhone, why not do that? So eventually I will have to turn my iPhone back on, which will be quite pricey, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I will unlock it the same day that I turn it on, for sure. I'm gonna get that shit up out of there and go ahead with a cheaper plan. But I mean, it'll cost me a pretty penny, maybe about 700 bucks. So it's not gonna be cheap, and it would be about the same price as a MacBook, but what can a boy say? So something I gotta consider. Hopefully tomorrow we make a few sales or something like that. Get as much work as I can, and I guess keep cruising like I've been doing for the past day or two. But I feel like I'm not doing enough, man. You guys know how I feel about that. So it feels like I'm always just kind of coasting through instead of doing anything actually useful with my time. So I hate that feeling, but I mean, it's almost a daily thing at this point. If I'm able to get the car and stuff figured out, then I won't really have to feel like that, and I will most likely have to catch a Uber to maybe AutoZone or something. Actually, yeah, I'll probably have to catch an Uber to AutoZone to get the parts that I need. Hopefully they have them on hand. I think they will because it's a Nissan, but hopefully they do. Anyhow, that's about it for today, man. How am I feeling? A mix of emotions, I guess. I don't even know what to call it. I guess I'm feeling kind of bleh, really. I keep thinking that it's gonna get like better, and I mean by like I'm gonna get the car and stuff like that, and it'll solve a lot of my problems, and I can start this fucking process already. But it feels like every time I take a step, I go no further to the goal. So it's like I take a step and then the goal backs up, and I take a step and it backs up. It's not that I'm stepping back; it's that I'm taking steps, and the goal is just slowly moving backwards. And I guess I feel a little discouraged because I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on, bro? And obviously, it feels like I'm playing solo squads right now. So there's just so much stuff that's adding up, and it's starting to kick my ass. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's genuinely kicking my ass. But I mean, all I've been saying for a long time is if I had revenue, that I'd be able to make it work. So it's time to prove that to myself. And like I said, I'm not gonna get discouraged, even though that's how I'm feeling right now. But I know that it's a process. It's gonna take a minute, and once it takes that time and it gets to me, it's time for me to capitalize. And as long as I don't sit on it for too long, pause, I should be straight. You know what I mean? So it all starts with the car, man. When I get that car, and if I'm able to sell it, it's only up from there, hopefully, and it can start kicking off all my progress I need going on. So I just need to make sure I'm not doing anything stupid, and I'm taking my slow, sweet time getting this stuff done. So that's basically what I'm looking towards. Something else I'm also thinking about getting done immediately once I get a little bit of bread is my passport. I want that done ASAP. I don't know how I can get it done any quicker than rushing the process, but that means I'd have to schedule a flight to actually go somewhere, so I don't know. Or it's going to take a few months, so I don't know. So I'm going to have to check it out, see what I can do. And Japan is still a go. Something I've also been thinking about, I know I'm rambling at this point, but something else I've been thinking about is getting a motorcycle. Now, pause. What makes me say I want to get a motorcycle? I have a friend, also dating somebody. I have a friend, and when I went out with her recently, she was talking about how she had a motorcycle and how it's so fun and yada 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 and yada. And I had been thinking about a motorcycle for a long time, and I know it's inexpensive. It's like $3,000 for like a damn good motorcycle, like an RS. What is it, RS6 or something like that? I don't think that's what it's called. It's like an R6 or, I don't know, bro. It's like a bunch of numbers and shit, okay? But for a damn good starter motorcycle, I heard that it's pretty cheap. You're looking at like $5,000 and under. So between like $2,000 and $5,000, and obviously it's cheap as hell for gas and insurance and all that stuff. So I mean, I did consider it, but everybody that I've seen that rides motorcycles has came out of that bit with like crazy injuries. And knowing me, I'm gonna get injured, and I can't afford to have that happen. So would I rather just buy a sports car? Yeah, for about a little bit more than that, maybe $1,000 more than that. Yeah, if I can find a decent one like a Lexus, I would love to buy another one. So that's pretty much it. You know, not too much. I'll let you guys know what happens tomorrow. If anything important happens, you guys obviously know that will be reported. If nothing happens, I mean, fuck me then. I guess nothing happens. But I'm really banking on this whole like going out for costume shopping and to give me some like relief from doing this same old every single day, where it's just like I come in and I work, and I need some kind of like break, you know what I mean? So we're gonna have to see. We're gonna get everything started, and like I said, hopefully tomorrow is the first day that we can take the first step towards like the car and getting outside of my house and actually doing something and all that other shit. So super excited, but at the same time I'm not expecting too much, because knowing my luck, none of it'll happen, but I can only dream, man. But I love you guys. I will see y'all tomorrow, and like I said, anything that happens, I will let you guys know. So I love you guys, and peace.